spoke about your old man playing for Millwall. Obviously, you working in Smithfield, you must have been back around the area. Did you go Millwall as a youngster through your teenage years?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, it was like a tradition. You know, Saturday, when that I mentioned Depot Ice Cream and then went to the game. You know, so pretty much a sort of.
What era do you sticks out in your mind?
Well, I mean, I sort of regular, really, from sort of, I suppose the mid-70s, you know, pretty much up to the present day. You know, so you know, sort of, you know, seeing it all, seems some great players, seems some, you know, some good sides. I think the interesting thing is that we seem to have, we do well when we seem to bring a group of young players through.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, even going back to my dad's day, you know, back then the Millwall side that won the old 4th division back in the 60s was full of players that
he came through the youth team, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, he won an England cap for England youth. So, but if you know, you look at all our successful sort of sides, there's this sort of nucleus of 4, 5, 6 players who've come through the youth system. I think that a club the size of Millwall has to keep bringing young players through because you know, we never really get the financial input and it becomes more.
Yeah, you're right. To buy a big player, we haven't. That's right. So homegrown
is that true? Paul Goddard is still our record.
Paul Goddard, to my knowledge, is still. The thing I find Millwall is, well, when they buy a lot of players, it always says for an undisclosed fee. They never tell you how much. Why? I don't get that. But as far as I know, Paul Goddard is still our record signing. 800 grand, wasn't it?
Going back to the late 80s.
I remember, yeah. And he was shit and all for us.
Well, he was for us, yeah.
Yeah, that, you find that a lot as well. Players come and when they get to us, they don't do as good. They almost the crowd on their back or.
Well, I think that I think where the chairman made a great decision. I think in appointing Neil Harris because Neil is such a Millwall legend. He was always going to get a bit more time with the crowd than say, you know, an outsider. And I think hopefully that'll bear fruit. I mean, I think, you know, we had a good season this year. I think to get to Wembley again. You know, I mean, that's the 4th time we've been to Wembley in 10 years. Is it something like that?
Yeah, 7 years. I think.
So I mean, that's a remarkable achievement, and I think that hopefully the you know that will take us forward. Hopefully to be to go straight up next season.
Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Got to fucking miss them playoff sets.
But
killing me.
But again, it feels like there's a group of young players coming through, and there seems to be. What I've seen of them, there seems to be a real team spirit there at the moment, and hopefully that you know it can continue that next season. The big worry is if you look at the Championship now, you know, I think that you need some sort of massive cash injection to stay in the Championship.
The gulf is getting bigger in between this League One and the Championship, definitely.
Well, I think that if you go back when Dennis Wise was manager, and I think at the time, you know, we got to the cup final and we were hovering around that playoff position. And I think he thought then that he probably, if we kept Cahill and signed 2 more players, it could get us in the playoffs. Unfortunately, we know that Cahill was probably sold for a pittance. I mean, David Moyes is on record saying that is the biggest money bargain that ever came into the Premier League. So that is a worry, I mean, especially if you look at clubs the size of Newcastle and Villa that are going to be in the Championship next season. I mean, you know, they're massive clubs in terms of their fan base. So it is worrying. And I've always said, you know, if Millwall's in and around, you know, the top flight, the second flight of football in this country, you know, we're punching above our weight.
Yeah.
I think 20% of players that are playing in the Euros at the moment play in the Championship.
Yeah.
Which says a lot about how
that's the Wales and the Irish factor in it.
Yeah, but not just the home countries, but also you know a lot of them teams have got Championship players in it. You know, a lot of them. You know, especially once you get outside the big 5 or 6, there's a lot of Championship players there.
We're rushing on it now. You've got the shirt on. The flags are behind us. England in the Euros. What you thinking?